It's no secret, Mary Kay, the Browns will be on Hard Knocks, and after their first open OTA practice to the media, they held a press conference where we got to hear from NFL Films producers, we got to hear from HBO's executive producers, John Dorsey, Hugh Jackson, just sort of your impressions of what Hard Knocks is going to do to this franchise and the impact it's going to have.
Well, first of all, I firmly believe them when they say that the Browns were their #1 choice to put on Hard Knocks this year. The Browns are just a draw. I mean, everywhere we go, there are Browns fans. They move the needle nationally, and I think it's going to be great for the team and for HBO to have the Cleveland Browns on Hard Knocks. And you know what? It's a little bit of an intrusion, but you know, there's so much media today everywhere. There's an intrusion in your house. I mean, it doesn't matter what you do or where you go. So if you can't handle some cameras around, well, then you're in the wrong business.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, these guys are on camera all the time. You know, they're on their phones all the time. They see their names on social media all the time. So that shouldn't have too much of an impact on them. And really, the guys it does, like you said, probably don't belong in the NFL to begin with. The thing about this is they kept saying over and over again, this is the perfect time for the Browns. And the more I think about it, the more I think they're right. They're coming off an 0-16 season. They have a new GM with a great personality. Of course, they just drafted Baker Mayfield. You know, Hugh Jackson, 1-31 in the last 2 years, has a ton to prove, and I think people are curious about what exactly it is that Jimmy Haslam has seen in him. So it kind of does feel like the perfect storm of reasons to have the Browns on.
Yeah, and you know what? I actually think that it will be a great opportunity for the Browns to flip the script on how they are perceived nationally and even locally to a certain degree. I think this team has been the laughingstock of the NFL for so many years because they can't win football games. And I do see a change here in the talent level on this football team and the work ethic, just the speed and some of the other things that we're seeing out there. And I do think it's a chance for the Browns to sort of put a new face forward to the world.
And the other positive thing they have going for them, and this was mentioned as well, is they've got veterans in the locker room, and they've got guys that can kind of keep people in check and make sure that they don't get too caught up in the cameras and the whole reality TV thing.
Yeah, and I don't think it's going to affect Baker Mayfield all that negatively. Now, obviously, he will be a focal point, and the cameras are going to be trained on him maybe more so than anyone. But I think he can handle it. I think, you know, you saw him in the Behind Baker series that he did. I thought he came off very well in that. I think he's mature enough. He's been around enough. He was in college for 100 years. Even he laughs about that. So I don't think he's going to be a shrinking violet in this at all.
And look, the reality of this is the Browns have their own cameras all over this building all day anyway. They're basically a reality show as it is, so it might not be all that different. But Hard Knocks starting August 7th, and Greg Williams back on Hard Knocks as well. He's been through this before. Starting August 7th, it'll be on HBO.